Ladies and gents, welcome to the Pro League. Finally getting to cast this in the pink color. We have got Rhaaah playing as the orcs, and on the other side his opponent also playing as the orcs. This is Farlon. They're gonna be fighting a best of 5 here, and oh my goodness, it's a full mirror match. We got the Goblin Warlock for both of the players. To maybe nobody's surprise, we do have a modded map called Wolfguard Mage Academy, and we do have additional heroes enabled as well. Now on these modded maps you've got some interesting creeps, like these mountain lions. The texturing of the map is definitely not finished in terms of decoration, but that's the specialty anyway here, that we're playing these player-made maps only in this tournament, and the players cannot choose the regular ones, so don't expect any ancient city. You got the Gnars here as well as their mage variant, so that's going to be very interesting to see if they end up fighting them. There's some usual bandits, and there's an air elemental up in the north. Now going through the skills of the Goblin Warlock real quick, I assume both players will be going for roughly the same build. We'll take a look. But you got the Chain Lightning, which can hit up to 5 targets. Then at level 2, you can hit 8 targets, which is a really important upgrade at level 5, but it's locked for now. You got Totem of Sparks for some small AoE damage around wherever you put the totem. Healing Totem, it's like Fire Totem, but it heals your guys. Very nice for your early game business. And there's no points put into Totemic Might, which would give you guys armored and empowered, which basically makes them more resistant and gives them stronger attacks. Now, if you go for triple totems, then you can basically always have a stronger orc army, which is pretty nice, especially for the early gobble fights. Now, Farlon is going very much in the same direction, except he's also adding in Life Bloom, whereas Rhaaah has not done that. Yeah, so Life Bloom is a single target interrupt as well as a poison. It's mostly poison damage over time, really. 15 seconds of that thing. But the impact damage is still pretty decent. Alright, so Rhaaah is cutting a little bit into Farlon's territory, and potentially we'll be doing more of that too. That's one of the interesting parts of this map. There's not that many bases to go for, and if you end up having a pathing that isn't just right, you have to go around these massive cliffs, and that slows you down a lot. So it gives the other guys some time to steal your bases potentially. But Farlon is making gobbles diligently, and this should mean that you know, you can stop any of these early base grab attempts. Even this one will probably have to be upgraded in order to be saved. The orc scouting post is certainly not a strength, but I also will say that Goblin Warlocks are terrible at flag fights. It's really the ability to boost your gobbles that will deliver most of the damage. I should also mention that orcs typically do not open with a war pit. Not even when you go for Goblin Warlock and heavy goblin plays. But Farlon, he's the master of doing off-meta builds. Call of the Pack might be researched here. That will unlock Pesterers and Drummers. The Drummers able to buff up Scoundrel as well as heal them. It's a very early grab attempt on these. I'm not sure that's wise. The Gnars, they basically mark their targets with this bloodied effect, which taunts these guys into aggroing them, and they gain an attack speed boost the higher the stacks are. So far, not too bad, honestly, and especially with the healing unlocked, Farlon should be able to get away with picking these off without too many problems. Rhaaah still doesn't have a whole lot of units. So a War Rider out. Oh, and another specialty of the map is that on the bridges you have a Troll Toll Guard. It's weaker than a normal Smasher, but I mean, you gotta pay the Troll Toll, right? They don't want to open the strait. We got the Clan Standard up north upgrading now as well. That's Farlon's last free available base, but there's one in the bottom that he has not yet upgraded, so that's fantastic. So just looking at resources, it's very lumber heavy for Farlon. I don't see any stone for him. So even if he did go for Call of the Pack, he did go for it. But I think it's going to be for... let's see the production real quick. He's not producing anything. He will probably just make drummers, honestly. Oh, he has got stone somewhere. Where did he get stone? Here. Alright, alright. Rhaaah is doing it in the main, by the way. But he hasn't unlocked anything. He's creeping himself at the moment. I think the level 3 and 4 points you just probably spend on additional deep waters and arcane force points. But it looks like he's also going into totemic might a little bit. He's going to be pretty close to level 5. But if Farlon manages to steal one of these Gnars, that could even up the game. It's gonna be difficult to get any significant kills here, but it's starting to mount up. Rhaaah will teleport out. That's why I was saying it's difficult, because once the gobbles start dying, you just get out of there. It's not gonna be very likely that you also can take on the base at the same time. Especially when you're making Pestilers. That's interesting. Rhaaah has a bit of an advantage here if he can go to upgraded War Riders. He already has his tier 2, you see. And these things are just going to be super, super cheap for him. Which also means that he can just build more iron bases. There's not many iron bases. Rhaaah's also not building the mines just yet. Good for Farlon that he's controlling these bottom bases. This is where the iron is. Majority of it anyway. Plus at the top. Nothing here in the middle. Oh. Bit of an engagement here. But it's good to see the diverging paths in the tech tree. Can't quite tell which totem belongs to whom. Something's happening for sure. Looks like it's Farlon losing a lot of his stuff. There are some corpses here that belong to Rhaaah, but not too many. Right now he's up 46 population to 10. That's a pretty big deal. Huge advantage. Farlon going for an extra watchtower there. Let's see what's being done in these war pits. Rhaaah hasn't got one yet. He's still just spamming doubles. No upgrades from Farlon just yet. He's probably just working on these scouting post upgrades still. Getting the iron mines rolling. Spending all of his resources on that at the moment. Oh, that watchtower is actually hurting the hunters of Rhaaah over here. Well, that's interesting. I still don't think you can attack the frontier post with just such a small advantage in the army. Especially when the totems are messing you up like that. This level 4 war will continue for a while. As I don't think either player wants to go after the air elemental. We'll have a right-click focus fire on that goblin warlock, but meanwhile the scoundrel are kind of cleaning up the pesters. It just so happens that the scoundrel have 25 pierce resistance and these guys don't really resist strike. So the scoundrel do end up being a hard counter to the pesters if they can surround them. Which I think Rhaaah should go for. Add in some chain lightnings and the fire totem and you should be able to pretty much annihilate these guys. And that seems to be what's happening right now. Of course, eventually heavier units will come. Doesn't look like Rhaaah is committing any more to Warp Riders though. Level 5. It's time to summon the big golem. That should add some siege damage to this group. Frontier Post is only getting repaired, not upgraded, so it actually might go down. But you gotta be careful. More wargs are coming for Rhaaah. He is upgrading the sharp eyes for them. So expect a lot more warg. While our man is setting up for an iron economy. It's a good unit that buys you a lot of time. 2 wargs are basically 1 hunter. More or less. Of course they're big, thick boys. They can't easily form a concave. And interestingly, I foretold about the prophecy. But the prophecy is only true for Farlon. He summoned the Inferno Golem. Not Rhaaah. By the way, there's a merchant up here. Right? There should be a merchant right up here. And there's scrap down there in case there's a troll. Wait, he does summon a bound Inferno Golem. I wonder why he didn't do that right here. Just going into Farlon's build. He's got a summoning totem with a lot of deep waters. And it's basically the same builds, except instead of the summoning totem, Rhaaah has a lot of totemic might and only 2 points in mana. But they're broadly going for the same thing. Just these guys are getting very heavily buffed in every way, and having the extra regeneration on the Gubbos is actually playing a pretty big role. The Bound Inferno Golem of Farlon's is getting picked off here. Just the fact that Rhaaah has Defender's advantage as well with the fortified outpost, that's playing a large role too. And Farlon has to disengage. Now he's down 100 population, ladies and gents. He just kind of right-clicked the base and it did not work. I was really hyped for Farlon's map control here, but it's just not going so well. Potion of Fresh Start? What? What is happening, Rhaaah? That is such an expensive item to grab. Why didn't he just buy a skill potion at that point? Whatever he wants to fix isn't that important, right? Why a Potion of Fresh Start? Oh wait, that's a drop. Sorry, he didn't buy that. He didn't. That's a drop from the creeps. It normally doesn't happen. It's special to this map. But guys, that population advantage is just too massive. I think Rhaaah is rolling Farlon here. There's just not much more to be said. We're not seeing any more advanced units either. It's just Wargs and Scoundrel. He's getting some... Oh, Grand Karak. He's skipping right to tier 3. Zarek Steel and Fight for the Khalid are getting upgraded. And Farlon is going into Wyverns, which is a really good answer actually to Scoundrel. But it's all late. And they're expensive. Get like 4 or 5 of them and these Scoundrel will absolutely disappear. Not a problem with that. I just don't think he can get 5 or 6. Or even 6, 7 is impossible. Now surrounding the fortified outpost with all the Gubbos that you could ever wish for. And that's just probably gonna be it for Farlon's economy. There's no more iron at that point. Just this. And Rhaaah certainly looks like the guy who can just right click all the bases. There are 3 Wyverns. And let me tell you, they're doing a lot of damage to the Gubbos. I just don't think it's enough. They're getting targeted right now by the Warg Riders. Don't forget the Goblin Warlock can shoot at them too. Ah, the Gobbo died. He didn't even have the grand finale there. You can rig the boy to explode, but he didn't. He didn't do it. Wyvern Charger's gonna have to fly out here the hard way. Getting chased by wargs. Not ideal. But at least a whole lot of gobbles got cleaned up. It wasn't terrible by Farlon. If he can keep climbing those numbers higher up, you can pump some more of those wyverns. Maybe there's hope. Probably no hope. Let's be real, Rhaaah has a lot of resources. He needs to upgrade the scouting post. Get the iron mines. He's already done it on the right side, just need to do it on the left side. And then he can pump hunters. He can start his black ash collection as well, of which there is some in the main. Not sure where else. We're learning the map. Oh, sorry, this base has iron too. It's not too terrible then, but still pretty terrible. Wait, is there only... Oh, there's a base up here, of course. Let's see your free resources. That's a lot of warg riders, sir. What's next? Hunters. Whole bunch of hunters coming out for Rhaaah. He's only got 2, but from now on, he doesn't have to build anymore, so... Wargs and hunters is all he has to worry about. Of course, once you have 5 or 6 wyverns, it's a lot easier to deal with this tier 1 chaff. Good pullback micro by Farlon too. I just don't think he can afford to upgrade these things. I don't think he can go to tier 3. Guys, it looks like the wyverns are just exploding at this point. They can't hold against this. Goblin Warlock will be going down. Rhaah's just kind of dominating here. Although he has lost most of his army. Maybe Farlon needs to be given more credit, but... Nah, the credit agency has refused. Sorry, guys. Sorry, guys, that's gonna be it for this match. But it is a best of 5. We've got plenty more where that came from. That's a lot of extra resources for Rhaaah, holy cow. But I guess that's what happens when you get hard countered by Scoundrel. You just get reset and the other guy can just do this. Welcome to game number 2 here. Farlon is gonna be our green orcs still. Alright. On the other side of the map, Rhaaah is switching over to humans entirely by chance, of course. We've got the Wolfguard Commander. He doesn't really go for the modded heroes. But today Farlon isn't either. So we just got the normal occultist here. Early second hunting cabin from Farlon indicates that he might want to play a little bit of early extra units. For Rhaaah, we don't expect any craziness because humans basically always just go hunting cabin, woodcutter, stone. There's early stone from Rhaaah. That is the special thing. I wonder what he wants to do with that. Anyway, for the Wolfguard Commander, it's just left side business. No surprises here. Fatal blow for single target punches. Shadow strike for teleportation and some little bit of damage. Whirlwind for spin to win, of course, and a little bit of damage and mana restoration over time. Way later, maybe level 7, he'll maybe try to go into the auras, but I don't expect him to do that sooner. He might. Sometimes people pick up Hymn of Tenacity or something like that for armor in the aura. Now the occultist does have lacerate. That's a single target damage. It applies bleeding, a very strong bleeding, for 10 seconds, so it stops anyone from just regenerating for that time as well, which is great. We got Nullify, which pulls an enemy to the caster. It's very brutal for hero snipes later in the game, once you have a lot of ranged units. He's also got into Blood Harvest, so every kill he gets He'll restore a little bit of health. He's got the demonic pact, which is the red aura you've seen. Well, not aura, area that you can spawn. If you stay inside it, your damage on your weapon gets boosted heavily. But all of these cost HP, you see. All of these actives. That's the special thing about the occultist. He does not have focus. You cannot boost it. He doesn't use it, so he doesn't need it. He does have concentration, so that he can cast more spells. And brute force, of course, for spell power. For the SpellForce. Is he gonna die? Nah, he's potioning through it. Going for the Medusas early on. Just as far as the build goes. A little bit of extra wood. Oh no, we got a resource glitch. The guys aren't dropping off. At least that other one will complete, but Rhaaah is already here to try to steal some sectors, which might happen. Can't take all the Medusas right away, but that should mean that because some Medusa are dead, the occultist should have some extra potions already.
We're being attacked.
Actually, it's not the case. Rhaaah has 2 more potions. And he's got this bottom sector, which is huge. Oh no, Farlon. He didn't check for the lumber mill. That's unfortunate. There's not that many bases, so it's possible to notice, but unfortunately the game doesn't give you a straight up warning. Like, you don't get idols from your workers not completing a building, which is really unfortunate. It's good that he went for Lacerate because he can interrupt with that as well. So this Medusa Vixen just now didn't actually get to do the stasis attack. Which is good news for these guys because they can clean up a little bit more trading potions for XP here, and Farlon will have cleaned it up. Unfortunately for him, Rhaaah has taken all his sectors, so it might be prudent to just go north here and try to take these sectors before Rhaaah manages the upgrades. Love to see a few more units from Farlon, if possible at all. Rhaaah is getting worker armor just in case he's gonna get harassed. And after that, it should be just infantrymen. Try to find his barracks, but he's not building. Oh, there he is. There he is. The 2 barracks. Just on time as well. Went for a lot of bases before the barracks. Which is why I was so surprised. Usually you might want to get them on your 4th base, but Rhaaah is feeling confident. He's playing economic. What was that? 6th base? Oh my god. Sorry, 6th expansion. That was the 7th base got the barracks. That is very delayed. I mean, I hope it works out, but this is rough because the occultist is already level 5. Oh, is he gonna get picked off there? Farlon, where's the potion? Oh no, he's out, and he didn't go actually into a health build, so he may have gotten that level 5. Yeah, but unfortunately for Farlon, he never went into Blood Sacrifice and Blood Confluence, which is basically applying the bleeding affliction to enemies in an area, and then you can you can suck it.
Building completed.
A life leech for every bleeding enemy in the area. Losing a hero early on is tough. You give a lot of room to maneuver to the other guy. Takes forever to remake, and I don't see why the humans couldn't just go for the Medusa now, especially before the occultist gets back. Because I'm sure Farlon will want to go shopping. He just has a lot of... Okay, calm down. No need to take the clothes off right away.
The best wares from Kalea to Northampton.
Actually sold the ring there. No, no, put it on. Put it on. That's for casting and attack speed. Attack speed is very valuable for this hero actually on that ring. Because Demonic Pact is all based around attacks, right? So you can make that fast, you'll be dealing a whole lot more damage from that spell. Rhaaah is still in the struggle bus with just level 3 hero. It's taking a lot of damage. Look how much more health the occultist has. Oh my goodness. And of course, the tier 3 armor is a big deal. Farlon will get to take over some more Medusa. And this base, supposedly. He's got himself the blood-like tar aura, which applies bleeding constantly in a small area. Still nice to have blood confluence, but... or bad sacrifice, excuse me. Like, you could just go into blood confluence with only the aura, and you'd be probably fine. The occultist is so hard to kill because of that thing. He's also got Sanguine Burst, which is the AoE damage spell for this hero. Costs you a lot of HP, but does really good damage too. So against like human infantry, arbalists, that kind of stuff, it's devastatingly strong. I think he just missed it. Weakening potion on that Wolfguard commander. Decent surround on the base as well. I really like the weakening potion because Farlon, you see, he hates the Wolfguard commander very much. It's a little factoid you should know about him. Anything that helps him delete the Wolfguard commander is great news. Certainly this hero is capable of it. Look at that quick attack speed with the Claymore. 0.4 attacks per second. Normally it's 0.33 like with the Wolfguard commander. Nice snipe as well on those infantry, or rather arbalists. Guard gets pulled back. Lots of damage. But her only mission really is to thin out the goblin numbers. Well, tier 2 is in, guys. Some of the lumber mills are getting recycled here, but I'm not sure there's a good amount of iron. There's iron here. I guess there will be here. The orcs need a lot more, so this base is something to definitely take over. Decent amount of gobos here. Plus with the demonic pact, it shouldn't be that much of an issue to clean up a base like this. But the humans are kinda numerous. You have to worry a little bit. Rhaaah has potions for days. I think that's all he bought. But he just used them all up, so I think this time the Wolfguard commander will probably go down. Especially if there's another pull. Oh wait, the bleeding will get it. Or the War Rider will. Nice one. Maybe Farlon can make a series out of this, yeah? He's got a good number of bases. But unfortunately for him, he's got no units. They all attacked the frontier outpost and got wrecked. A lot of arbalists here. I think that's a juicy target for the occultist, potentially.
We're under attack.
Don't run, you've got blood confluence. Where are you going? Sir Farlon, where are we going? There's also a Scorching Wyvern to take over if that's what he wishes. Absolutely think he should have gone after the units. Ah, those weren't the best spellcasts there. He didn't even get one infantryman kill. Wolf Riders are not yet upgraded.
We're under attack.
War Pit is about to finish, hopefully. The unit just got hit by the Scorching Wyvern.
Building complete.
And Rhaaah is harassing this. He's coming in probably soon with the hero. Who's going for a shopping run for the armor. Farlon should be able to get the Wyvern, but oh my goodness, it used another fire attack and it does not get interrupted. Big problem. Especially as Rhaaah is starting to upgrade to fortified outposts all over the map. Only one base left up there in the north that's not yet done. The Arbalist got pulled in and hurt a lot there just now. The Wyvern goes down. Farlon reaches level 7.
We're under attack.
That's a health ring. That's a pretty good one. Probably better than the notification ring for this hero. This is like 10% health. That's like 3% resistance.
Building complete.
So I definitely recommend that. You're also using your health to do casts, and yeah. I think it's nice to have. It also makes sure that Death Resilience is active for longer, as it is a passive that makes you more armored when your HP is at a certain percentage. Your War Pit was stuck? Seriously? Oh, well, now you can upgrade. You have 13 iron in the bank. Yeah, I see it. I see it. The Blood Forge is getting some stuff, but not Sharp Eyes, interestingly. We're just gonna go straight into Hunters. It might work, you know, if you build up a good ball of Hunters, that's cool. But Rhaaah is doing the correct counter, which is making Arbalists and not only Infantrymen. So Arbalists end up being a pretty good unit to snipe Hunters with, because they can just stay at range and pretty safely pick them off and kite. You don't want to engage into a drawn-out battle. Coming back to try and save the base there. Good split on the units. More or less. And Rhaaah can be happy with this one. This is low on health, but has Death Resilience free. And he just fully recharged his health there. With Blood Confluence, he's going after the Arbalists. Some of them are going down. But that's a sacrifice that Rhaaah is willing to make, as he's staying up 90 to 52 population.
Fair enough. Let's make this quick. Chop, chop, brothers. Let's get this over with.
The brutes are coming.
I await your command.
But no Hunters yet. I guess he wants to take over some bases. That's gonna be a problem though. If the infantrymen get upgraded, they can fight this off all right. 23 infantrymen, 18 arbalists. It's a good mix between the two. And yeah, as expected, the infantry is getting their upgrades right now. We're also gonna have some keepers, which are gonna be very nice for their extra health and resistance. Certainly the goblins can't do much about it, and this is a very important iron base to take away from Farlon. It just really hasn't been the most important bases that Farlon managed to secure. See, if he had this one and this one, he'd be very comfortable as far as iron goes, right? But not holding them means that you're gonna be on the struggle bus and play some low-tech business. It's exactly what the humans want. If they can make infantrymen and arbalists the whole time, skip to tier 3, that's exactly what Rhaaah is doing. He's got all the bases upgraded, you see. He can party all day. Macro is looking pretty good. 150 population. I think he's gonna go after bases now. It'll be difficult to stop this, as he can just pretty much right-click the bases. He still wants to be a little careful about the blood explosion thingies. There's all bleeding units here. But the population lead is maintaining more or less. I wonder when he's gonna reach level 5. It's pretty far away from that. And I don't see Rhaaah going for the Byron right now, because he's just got such a battle advantage with the army itself. It doesn't really matter if the hero can't do the Earth Shatter skill. Man, that occultist with Death Resilience on and the Demonic Pact, you do not want to fight that in melee. There's actually a lot of dead units here from Rhaaah too. But he's replenishing nicely, so his population stayed roughly the same. The infantrymen are now upgraded, both for damage and health. But I've seen from Farlon what he's saying, that the blood explosions aren't working. Like, we can clearly see that the enemies are marked, but the effect just doesn't come through. No damage, no leeching. This is a known issue with lag. So if you guys ever wonder why the Gobbo is so popular, that's one of the reasons. He's just super consistent with his skills. It never really breaks. Looks like Rhaaah is holding the base once more. Just 4,000 hellfish. Plenty safe with that. Tier 3 kicks in. Just as we checked. So we should be expecting the border fortress upgrades shortly. But Rhaaah is not in a rush. He can do it later. He just spent a lot of resources though. So those border fortresses are coming. Oh, he's upgrading all the bases at once. Holy cow. Might not be able to build stuff immediately, but that's okay. How many barracks does he have? A lot. And they're all done. So all he needs to do is just upgrade them to drill halls, and here come the Chadpians at the end. Farlon is fighting keepers with war riders. That is not going to go well. We've got the Wolfguard commander at level 5, so expect Earth Shatter any moment. Oh boy, the entire Orc army knocked back. The infantry and arbalists are just having a party here, although they're not going to have a party about the occultist, that's for sure. Woo! Nice little explosion there. And he gets out with just a little bit of health. To get that last bit of health down is basically impossible. You better be Dark Elves for that one. Get all the weakening. Catapult is just a final addition to this. As if the Chadpians weren't enough. A whole bunch of orc units still, not that many humans died here. Rhaaah can keep doing this all day, especially if he takes his time to regenerate some of these infantry. Take another important base with Aria in it, that's why these middle sectors are so important. If you got Aria, you can upgrade your Chadpians, you can transition into other late game tech, like flag bearers to boost your army. And that's exactly what we should be seeing. Level 8 on that occultist though. That makes him really damn strong, able to kill that Wolfguard commander without much issue. But he can't fight a whole army by himself, that's the thing. Concentration level 2 is in. But he hasn't done the full wheel of brute force yet. That's really what's stopping him from eliminating the infantry very easily. Catapult's now opening up on the base. We've got some medics in the mix too. They passively help to heal the guys, but it's really the targeted heal that's way more important than the area heal. Farlon is gonna give this up because Rhaaah just pushed too deep in this territory and there's border fortresses all over, so I don't see how he could have fought back at that point. I think the game just didn't go in his favor, and there were no hunters early on. He didn't have the iron bases that he needed. And just fighting against these fortified human bases isn't the best kind of strat. Rhaaah just gets ahead. Welcome to Frozen Wastes. This is another community-made map. Snowy for a change. We've got the dwarves, played by Farlon. Of course, a random pick. Likewise for Rhaaah, we've got the elves. He didn't pick them, but he got them. Now this map has a bunch of these Vendingo warriors. They don't have a profile picture, sadly. But I'm pretty sure we could find a profile picture for them. This is something that could be fixed. They're basically mid-level as far as these easy creeps go. We've also got some unique skellies here in the middle. So that's interesting as well. They all have their unique properties. And in the middle, you got the triple wyvern thing. Scary. Don't go there very early on. So let's take a look at the skills from Rhaaah. Interestingly, he's got... oh wait, he does have the spirit of the forest. Where is the puppy? Rhaaah? Has he lost it already? Alright, I didn't pay that much attention. Yeah, he can summon a wolf. He's got a hail of arrows for area damage. I'm assuming he's gonna put a point into true shot before spreading too thin, but he's not even putting the points in deep waters at the moment, so he won't be able to summon and use the hail of arrows. This is going slower than it should. Farlon has a warrior of the depths. Now this guy doesn't actually have mana regeneration. You use the inspiring presence skill instead. There's the head splitter for single target damage and the sweeping strike for spin to win. Very similar to the Wolfguard commander in that regard. Also has a teleport for battle frenzy, but this one isn't for damage. It does a enfeeble and impair nerf, so for damage and speed. Helps you catch others. And you got dual weapons, dual axes. So quite damage focused, this character. Also has the recuperate skill here, which he can use to restore HP. It's an excellent free potion option. Interestingly, didn't go into Relentless Rage and instead went for Concentration. That is a little odd. Relentless Rage is basically a stack builder. You attack, you get a stack. And for every stack, you attack faster and harder. Okay, the Ranger has the puppy now. Also Bullseye, but not True Shot. Rhaaah is very lax on spending his skill points. As far as the build goes, it's pretty standard. Box standard, triple wood. I'm betting it's gonna be triple stone and double hunt, right? Yeah. No early wood from Farlon. It's got in the second base, that's all good. Whereas dwarves will be expanding very slowly, even slower than the elves, but not by much. Need a lot of stone for the shorties. That way they can stand on some stepping stones to fight the elves, because they can't reach them. Yeah. Where are we heading to now? On the middle bases, of course. I always get surprised that the stone pole, the flag position is like here and not in the middle. But that's because this base is actually just too small. You wouldn't be able to put barracks here. Especially not the dwarven or human one. Still doesn't have the stack thingy. Well, the elves have got all the flags they will ever need. It wouldn't hurt to still have this. Oh, by the way, this is a base for tier 3 resources. So if you ever want your aria in business, you can go there too. Map does lack a little bit of decoration, by the way. It's also got this work in progress cliff edge at the edge. That's all of the earlier community maps. Anyway, we're using it for now. Maybe Nathan will volunteer to do a redressing session for the maps. I don't know. Bold of the elves to attack this. I don't think they're gonna down the scouting post of the dwarves. 5,000 health on this thing. They can do some damage. Drain a little bit off that stone, which is going to be useful in repairs. But I think that's that. Nobody's going for the skellies just yet. Well, don't tell me you're going for the wyverns. Oh shit. Actually, was eating the chain lightning there. Definitely not intended. Droves are getting added. Rhaaah actually had to upgrade for some extra workers there. That's an elf special. No one else can do it. Oh, he did want to pull the wyverns. What the hell? How's that gonna work? Oh, Farlon. Axe wielders 2 health. No. Oh god. Well, now it's got no health. Congratulations, you died. I saw that message a bunch of times in my Dark Souls run. Still haven't finished it. I'll probably play some tomorrow. Does that unholy skeleton guardian actually have a block chance? It sounded like it. While I'm going for the revenants now. Or the skellies. I call it skellies. Finally picked up his stack builder. Relentless Rage.
This isn't good.
But will it be enough? Oh god. 39 health. Farlon.
We're under attack.
He's got potions. It's not that bad. It's just that Rhaaah finished this faster. Pretty nice advantage to have. He's already getting some upgrades for his Shrine of Growth. There is a watchtower here, but I'm not sure why, because it can't really hit all the way there. It's there nonetheless. Taking a look at these skill trees. Rhaaah is still floating skill points. Just to trigger me, I think. He's got 3 points in brute force. Picked up the true shot.
We're under attack.
And Farlon is going for a shopping run with tier 2 weapon and tier 3 armor. You always want to put the weapon in the left slot because the right slot is the offhand and it provides way less damage
We lost
than normally. It's like just a fourth of what it should be basically. But yeah, looks good. I like how that tier 2 weapon looks. I don't get to see it a lot actually. People don't normally buy it. It doesn't have any extra effect, it's just damage. Better damage than the other one. Not sure that's worth buying, to be honest, with such a small increase. Anyway, the armor is the important part. You bought the wrong weapon. You didn't... Oh my god. It's difficult to accept. Rhaaah's trying to get some iron going here. The upgrades might come through as well, as he's got the resources, just a matter of them getting delivered. Missing a little bit of stone actually, never mind. He's got enough to keep repairing it, and the ranger is an absolute bully as far as simple axe wielders are concerned. So she might be able to pick off several here before Farlon gets any damage done. And in fact, the last bits of stone are getting delivered. The repair speed is just about keeping up with this too. Another axe wielder goes down, and as long as these can get sniped, I don't think Farlon has enough to resist here against that repair. It's still going down very slightly, but there's an upgrade that's an extra 2,000 health getting added to the thing. And Rhaaah just keeps sniping the units individually with the ranger, doing such a great job of that. This is going to be a hold now, but he probably will lose the ranger. That's what Farlon probably should have done from the start. Just hunt down the ranger with the warrior of the depths. There's no way you can brawl against it with 0% resistances, right? Constant flood of axe wielders is being supplied. But another skill that Farlon didn't actually go for is this one, the Star Wars song. If you have that aura on, you can constantly replenish your boys with shields. That's very useful for these tight scenarios, right? Where you need your guys to survive to do some extra hits on the base. Maybe that could have actually gotten it down. But now Farlon is kind of in this in-between area where, okay, I don't quite have enough to destroy the base. I also can't chase down the hero very well. So what do? I guess what he can do is take these wyverns. That's a good decision. Rhaaah might come around to bully, but I don't think he realistically can. He's still working on those iron mines. He doesn't have a lot of iron units. The first ones are just now starting to come out. And Farlon is also in tier 2, so as long as he has enough charcoal in the bank, he should be able to pump out a few earth shapers, which he's not queuing just yet. But once he does, they're going to be able to handle the protectors just fine. The protectors, they don't have any magic resist, you see, but they give everybody this strong strike and pierce resist, so it's very difficult to play against them with just axe wielders and sentries. That's why you need magic damage. So far so good against these storm wyverns, by the way, but they are starting to cut a little bit into Farlon's army. If these two engage now, that would not be great news. It would also be pretty bad news if the size wyvern targeted the weak guys. Just about managed to survive, however. It's not too bad. But yeah, it's gonna be Rhaaah that takes the scorching one. Still only one protector, interestingly. Okay, there's the second one. Now they can empower each other. 45 resists. Level 5 versus level 7. The level 7 is crazy, and the stasis is absolutely devastating from the warrior after depth. He's also got his combat focus ultimate, so he's now fast. Can bonk that ranger pretty good. It's great for chasing, especially if you use... Okay, so what you do is you activate your precision stance, you teleport into the enemy with battle frenzy. That will slow them down, but you're faster from precision stance. Then you bonk them with disruptor. You do normal attacks. You swap with sweeping strike and head splitter between that and normal attacks. You should be able to get the hero kill without issue. Ah, the nerf didn't apply to the hero. Anyway, ends up fighting protectors. At least they're getting distracted a little bit. Maybe can take away the armor boost from the others. The base has been destroyed, so good job by Farlon. Might be able to get that ranger kill there. It's looking very good. Maybe we can see a teleport here to make sure she goes down. And then going after the Alban units here shouldn't be a huge issue. Not with this warrior for depth around. He's got insane resistances. But there are just so many protectors starting to line up. This hero has to do the heavy lifting for sure. And whatever the case, Rhaaah did kill a lot of axe wielders, so the damage is more or less done. Decent pathfinding blocking here going on though. Oh wait, the weak protector is getting away. No, 56 health on that one. Yeah, Rhaaah is building up a really high quality tier 2 army, and if this one can heal up as well, it's just that much stronger. The addition of the wardens will be a huge problem for the dwarves, as they deal magic damage. The axe wielders cannot defend against that. It's just too much. It's not all magic damage, it's mostly pierce, which they do resist, but the magic component is hurting a lot, and there's also the impairment on speed. That's so many dwarven corpses. Holy cow. Cannot understate how much Rhaaah has done. I mean, overstate. Overstate. It's almost 100 population. He's going tier 3 as well. Holy. That kind of means he should have had more buildings to train from, but I I guess he has lost the base. It catches us all by surprise sometimes. Doing fine for now. The spectral bear is coming through. It's a nice little addition. It's got the weakening from the bear as well, which will absolutely be devastating for these axe wielders. Now they lose another 20 something resistances, right? And then you get hit by the magic damage. That's not what you want. No wonder so many of them have died.
Our workers are under attack.
One thing Rhaaah isn't doing is going for the whole Spirit Bond and Moonwell and Martyrial Sacrifice path. Maybe later. But I think he likes the arrow path. So he just goes Hail of Arrows 2, which applies a strong impair as well. A Bullseye 2, which causes a silence after the knockdown for 5 seconds. So that's a pretty long one. We'll probably see True Shot 2 at some point for an added bleeding damage. But it's not super urgent at all. Can just go for the bases here. Yep, Protectors are that's good. They also upgraded now for dealing AoE damage. It's not a very big AoE, but hey, multiple targets hit is multiple targets hit. It's a literal damage multiplier. Level 8 is... Oh! Farlon has the special weapon here. That's an addition from the mod. It's not in the normal game. Basically, the minor merchants, they get to sell that stuff. Woo! That's some really good damage. What does this weapon do? Absolutely own everyone. That's what it does. The nullification ring and the focus ring. And this thing, I'm gonna pause just to read that because I've never done it. If a target has condition impaired, which you get from Battle Frenzy, then you apply weakened, which you otherwise, I don't think you can apply from the dwarfs at all. So that's pretty good. It's not a strong weakening though, but it is for 10 seconds. And there's 2 damage types on this. It's magic and strike. And the other effect is if you have combat focus on, then you apply enfeebled on yourself or enemies. On enemies. Yeah, so they get reduced damage if you have combat focus. Just an additional effect there. As if combat focus wasn't good enough. This is great. It's a decent takedown of much of the Elven army, but the Protectors are a bit of a tough nut to crack. Even with their lack of magical resist, they still have 1500 health. And since Rhaaah is tier 3, he's probably going to be working on that to turn that into 1950. Those are some real hardworking girls, but this is going to take them a moment. Down it goes. Finally, we have the Earth Shapers. Now, it would have been really useful to have them right away as Farlon hit tier 2, but too late to complain about that. Rhaaah is going for tier 3 business now already, you see. He's got Lenya harvesting going on over here by the pools. Or as I call it, Alan's bathwater. Another one. Back home, there's processing for it. You could probably use the extra workers on that though. Not gonna lie guys, if we had 10,000 viewers per video, I'd definitely sell you guys some Ellen's bathwater in bottles. Just saying. Make it blue just like Arya.
Damn it. It's more complicated than I thought.
Because Primo once made a meme about echoes. These packaged up echoes with my face on it. That's some merch. Anyways, we've got some berserkers versus protector battles coming up. I just don't think the berserkers are numerous enough. It is looking pretty good in population, but the dwarves typically have to be ahead. It's all down to that warrior of the depths. Can he make a difference? With that axe, maybe I could see it, but look how well Rhaaah is using that ranger, just buying so much time there. You can keep doing that repeatedly with the knockdowns. That will make a huge difference for sure. So far, so good actually for the dwarves. They might actually just beat this whole area back. That base is probably in trouble, but again, a lot of the dwarves are starting to die. The elves have some real serious potential to last longer than the dwarves can. They just once again held the line as Rhaaah upgrades the protectors to 1950 health, gives them an extra 5% resistances as well. And the last of the bases are now becoming Shrine of Growth level 4s.
We will be swift.
Really, really good news for the man. Some iron mines here aren't quite as full as they could be. My only critique. Guess he could turn these into foresters as well. Oh! The sneaky Farlon watchtower. Classic. Yeah, Rhaah's got all the time in the world now. If he goes into the late game, a 200 population elven army, I think, is just gonna play better than a dwarven one. Although you have to watch out for the pyromancers. You need your own winter mages in order to counter them. So far, the upgrade spending seems to be going into... the Lenya spending is going into upgrades, right? We've got the magic damage wanderers. We've got the upgraded wardens for a lot more magic damage. The warrior of the depths getting targeted pretty damn hard, but he cleared his afflictions.
We're being attacked.
So Farlon isn't getting, Rhaaah isn't getting all the effects of unending volley there, which gets way stronger over time. Oh, we got the ice phoenixes. Now that's a neat surprise. I really thought that Rhaaah is more of the winter mage type, but I guess he's going burbs. Well, why not both? Just go both. Love winter mages too, especially once they're upgraded to be able to do their stasis attack. Do we have that? Oh, they actually could already.
We're being attacked.
Yeah, they can do their Embrace of Winter. Put those pesky berserkers into stasis. Or even the hero. Suffered a long time against those Warrior of the Depths stasis attacks. Nice little base trade situation there, exchanging the sides. Nobody really got richer or poorer from this. Thing is, at least the stone can be used by the elves. They're not going to use much of it, but it can be used. Whereas the dwarves, they can't pick up the wood. They need charcoal. They can gather it straight from the trees, sure, but this wood, it's not going to help them. You can destroy all the elven buildings you want. It doesn't benefit you. Oh, Farlon tries to teleport out, but there's too much elf stuff. All this magic damage. Plus the winter mage's AoE. It's just too much, man. Kinda got destroyed there. Rhaaah is running to 200 population way sooner than Farlon could. There were, to be honest, still too many light units in that. There were a lot of berserkers, but I mean, look at Rhaah's army. This is just perfect, right? There's only 6 guardians. Everything else is a
We're being attacked.
serious business unit. It will take a long time for Farlon to even get his hero back, let alone the army. So with ballistas at hand, I think Rhaaah can just do whatever he wants. Bear has Moonwell upgrade there. And there's the
Building completed.
Spirit Bond as well for extra maximum health. A little bit of regeneration as well. That bear's a beast. Literally and figuratively. It's like Rhaaah is cleaning up, guys. Farlon's holding on for dear life, but I don't see the way out anymore. Even with a tunnel, even with a surprising teleport, it is just 37 population. The High Sanctum can out-repair whatever damage would be dealt. And it's not even golems we're talking. Oh, we do have golems. This could have gone very differently if just Farlon had done that. If it had been done in a surprising way, I could actually imagine the golems doing something to the main base, but that was not the case. And now this one winter mage is actually going to cause these guys some trouble, freeze them, cause them to chase. 2 winter mages, much straight up win. There's a battle over here as well. I don't think the Ice Phoenixes got upgraded yet. Oh, they did? That is so funny. Rhaaah just getting all the upgrades, and Farlon's gonna resign there. Rhaaah is victorious, ladies and gents, with a 3-0 sweep. Brutal. Brutal beginning of the tournament for Farlon, but he has another shot in the losers rounds where he'll be supposedly meeting me, actually.